Vancouver is coming off a really solid win against a very short-handed Thunder team. And today, I want to see if we can make the push to take over the 1 seed from the New Orleans Pelicans. And that is who we face on the second leg of this back-to-back right off that game against the Thunder. Anderson's first shot of the game drops from downtown as he opens the scoring here on the road at the Smoothie King Arena. Shadon Sharpe's first attempt goes as Zion is blocked and Sharpe can't capitalize off the offensive board. And now Keldon Johnson down low off a great pass there by Franz Wagner. Anderson for 3 again, got it to go. 6 early points for him. Zion, a tough 2, can't knock it down. And he was off to a very slow start in this game, Payne with some nice defensive plays throughout the entire game, but a lot of them came here in the first half and this first quarter, including this bucket right here by Hollins off of the steal from Payne. And now a nice almost block on Sharpe, but he still forced the miss. Anderson for 3 again, same spot as the other 2, and he cashes that one in as well. Vancouver up by 3. Hachimura gets to the rim on that Wellington mismatch, and the first quarter ends with Vancouver in front, 21-20. Start of the second quarter, Wesley for 3, immediately puts the Pelicans in front by 2. Wagner in the corner, can't answer back, but Payne is there on the offensive glass to tie things up. Later on, Hachimura, foul plus the buckets. It goes against Keldon Johnson. That was their first 3-point play of many, which we will see all of them later on in this game. Down by 6 now. Anderson, cross-court pass to Hollins, knocking it down to cut the lead in half. Fantastic job right there. And then Hollins to Anderson for 2 to put us back in front by 1. A couple plays later, Hollins for 3. Really nice shot right here. Had a really strong first half. Payne, a steal right there off of Sharpe again. And then Hollins back to Anderson, same play as last time. 2 more for us. Vancouver up by 6. And then a block by Payne on Tyrone Murphy. Keldon Johnson gets to it. And later on that play, we get a shot from Hollins to go. The step back 3. 17 first half points, 13 of which came in the second quarter. But that would be it for him in the first half, scoring-wise. But a great pass to Payne, which leads to 2 points and a 23-5 run over a 5-minute span here in the second quarter. But Tyrone Murphy has an answer for everything, apparently, as he gets to the rim, got the foul, and the 3-point play is completed. Tyrone Murphy, a couple of nice plays in this game. You'll see more of him in the second half as that shot by Sharpe is swatted by Don Payne. DeSumo makes it 3 points on the other end. And we end the first half with a Wesley buzzer beater, and we lead 58-50 at the break. The Jabberwockies are back, but we don't care about them. We'll move on to the second half. Tyrone Murphy, first shot of the half, it goes. Our deficit is cut down to 5. Anderson misses this deep 3. Bit too much on it, but Payne is there for some more second chance points. And then Sharpe to Murphy in the corner for 3. Got it to go. 6 quick points for him in this quarter. Then Hollins cuts, pulls up, and knocks the shot down. Vancouver staying in front, but Sharpe finds Dawson for the bucket plus the foul too. Another 3-point play opportunity. And Dawson makes it count to give the Pelicans their first lead in quite some time. And they would really not give it up for pretty much the rest of the game. Sorry to spoil it for you, but things went south quickly as Anderson gets blocked right here, and an 0 for 5 start to him in the second half. Still has not found the basket or a single point whatsoever. And then Wesley gets to the rim with a foul on Payne. Another 3-point play, and Wesley capitalizes. 6-point lead for New Orleans. We get it down to 1, but Carney puts too much on the putback attempt. We get back to it. Still down by 1. Wellington, mid-range jumper, open look, missed it. And Pelicans get the board. They go up to Wesley for 3. It's good. Their role players have stepped up in the absence of Zion's solid play, because really he had a poor game until the very end of things. And they lead by 4 after 3, 82-78. Things have been turned around on our heads, and we have to figure it out on offense. And on defense, things aren't going well either, as we do get that stop, but Zion gets the board, and then Diallo gets second chance points. Then Zion, another 3-point play. How many of them are possibly going to happen to us in the episode? Well, spoiler alert, this game would not be the end of it. But Zion puts the Pelicans in front by 10. And then it's Murphy. Another 3-point play. What is happening? And they never missed a free throw off of these kinds of plays. Diallo gets to the rim for 2. 11-point game now in favor of the Pelicans. There's 45% from the field for Vancouver now as Wagner turns it over, throwing it right to Wesley. Not sure what he saw there. And Dawson, a mismatch on the other end, puts the Pelicans in front by 13. Anderson hits his first shot of the second half with 3:12 to go in the fourth quarter. 13% shooting in the second half for him. He would have one more bucket after this, but that would be it for him. And Murphy tacks on 2 more. This game is over. This second half got away from us so easily. Hollins turns it over. Murphy finds the cut by Dawson. Complete thrashing of Vancouver in this second half, and we never recovered. This is not how you play against a number 1 seeded team. We have to find a way to improve between now and the postseason, because this is not good enough. That was a tough loss. Sharp drops 25 and had 4 steals. Zion had 22. Tyrone Murphy, 19 points, 7 assists. Wesley, 17 and 6 for the Pelicans. But the Woodsmen, what happened here in this second half? Anderson and Hollins both had really good first halves. I think Hollins had 17 first half points. Anderson had 21. Both guys score only 4 points in the second half each. Don Payne was probably the most consistent player, but even still, not enough. Isumu, 15 points off the bench. I thought he was pretty solid. Wellington, not a lot to say here, but Keldon Johnson, only 2 points, 1 for 5. Franz Wagner, who's supposed to be one of our 2 star players, 2 points, 1 for 8. No points in the first half, 1 bucket in the second, no free throws, nothing. You cannot win games, especially winning a single half, if your best player scores 4 points, your second best player scores 2 points, and then your other third best player scores 2 points. You can't rely on the rest of your team to make up for your 3 best players not performing well. It's just not going to happen. So that was tough, but it gives us a bit more insight into what could possibly happen in our next matchup against them in a couple of days on the 15th, about a week from now. But that does drop us to 26-15 on the year, and we're 2.5 games back now from the Pelicans, and we are now officially halfway through the season with 41 games played. And I think for today, I want to go on the road to TD Garden to take on Luka Doncic, Tatum, and the Boston Celtics on the road. So we're going to get to that today. So let's go ahead and start some simming and see what happens this next month of the season. So we have simmed 11 games after that loss against the Pelicans, and we go 5-6 in those games. Again, the simming has not been as good as the watching has been, except for that one stretch up here where we won, 11, 12 games in a row. And so because of that, I don't think that playing through star is working, and I think it's better for us if we just go back to neutral. Our first sim game was a win against the Raptors by 9. Anderson drops 21, 6 and 8. Wagner 18 points, Payne a double-double. Keldon Johnson 12 points. The Raptors got 22 for Scotty Barnes and 17 for Dan Westbrook. And we did take down Boston in our next game. We won by 12 at home. Wagner with 27, Anderson 24, Wellington at 12, Hollins a double-double. And we had double figures for several players. Payne and Zubats, double-digit rebounds for both of those guys. The Celtics got 24, 8 and 10 for Luka, 19 for Lawrence Hall, who was up to a 74 overall. Does he still have that A potential? Let's see. Because he did when he was drafted. It's down to B+, but still could turn into a really solid player, and he's been playing well so far in his career. Tatum, 19 points, 4 steals. Rancotti had 10. But then the Jazz take us down, and just like against the Pelicans, it was due to a really poor third quarter on our part. RJ Barrett at 27, Colin Sexton 19, Peterson 14, Williams 12, D'Lo a double-double. The Woodsmen got 23 for Wagner, 22 from Anderson, Hollins 10 and 7. Nobody else played that well though, only 96 points for us. We do bounce back and take down New Orleans in our second matchup in this last week. We won by 5. Wagner drops 28. Keldon Johnson had 25. Hollins 16 and 9. Wellington 14. Anderson played 35 minutes but only had 7 points, 3 for 9 shooting. The Pelicans had 27 and 11 from Zion and 24 from Oscar Dawson, so their big men really stepped up in this one. Then, after a week of rest, we lose by 8 at home against Dallas. Anderson drops 25, Wagner 23, and Keldon Johnson at 12, but nobody else really did a whole lot of scoring for the Woodsmen. The Mavericks, though, got 23 from Cat. Reed Wall, the rookie point guard, 18 points, 5 assists. Dyson Daniels, 15, 18, and 10. What? How did this guy get 18 rebounds in one game? No idea. But he was 4 for 23 from the field. That is awful. We get back in the win column by taking down Memphis. John Morant drops 35 in the loss. But the Woodsmen got 31 for Anderson, 19 for Wagner, 15 for Wellington, and double-doubles for Keldon Johnson and Don Payne. So 4 out of 5 starters played really, really well. And Hollins still had 12 assists too. So the starting 5 was really special in this one. And they shot 16% from 3. That is horrible. But then another close loss against Dallas. This time it's by 1 on the road. Daniels with 28, Reed Wall 25, Cat 15 and 14. The Woodsmen got 33, 5 and 6 for Anderson, 15 for Wellington off the bench, and double figures for Keldon Johnson, Wagner, and Don Payne. And Hollins had 14 assists in this one too. We almost won, almost came back in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't meant to be. We pick up our second straight loss, this time against the Clippers. We lose by 13 points at home. Wagner drops 27, Anderson drops 17. Wellington has been fairly consistent off the bench since returning from his injury, and Payne and Hollins both had double-doubles here as well. The Clippers had 29 for Edwards and 20 and 12 from Bobby Portis. And then the other LA team took us down. Johnny Davis drops 41, 11, and 6 to take us down. James Bucknine had 30, Ross Gill 11. The Woodsmen got only 18 for Anderson, who led the way in scoring. Wagner 15, Dosunmu 14. Nobody played particularly well in this one. We break our 3-game skid by taking down the Pistons by 22 on the road thanks to a strong fourth quarter. Balistrieri had 20 and 9. Jennings had 16. The Woodsmen, though, had 23 from Anderson and 23 from Wagner as well. Hollins played well. Keldon Johnson had a decent day. And overall, a much better team game and team win as we shot over 55%. But we are coming off a loss. 34 and 10 for LaMelo with 4 steals. DeAndre Hunter had 14 points. The Woodsmen got 27 for Anderson here in the loss. Hollins had 15 and 5. Keldon Johnson 14. Wagner 15, or 14 rather. Both guys played pretty similarly. But Keldon Johnson 3 for 10 at the charity stripe. What the hell happened? That is terrible. So we are 31 and 21, and all of a sudden, the top half of the Western Conference has become a lot closer than it was at first. We are 2.5 games back from the Thunder. and yet we are the 5th seed currently. So they're the 1 seed. The Pelicans are 1 game back from them. The Spurs are 2 games back. And then us and the Rockets are 2.5 games back. And then there's a huge gap between us and Minnesota, who is currently the 6th seed. And they are 5.5 games back from us. For team set updates, our numbers have gone down, but that is the case for pretty much all teams, as the league will kind of flatten out over the year. But we have gone down to 112.4 points per game. But it's really more about where we rank among the rest of the league. And we're currently 6th. Mainly because Franz Wagner has been scoring less these last couple of weeks. He's gone from around 27 points per game, or was it 25? But either way, he's gone down from 27 or 25 down to about 23.4 points per game. And Anderson has pretty much stayed the same at around 22. So we haven't seen an improvement from either player in recent weeks. But we're currently 6th in scoring. Our defense is top 10 at number 8. Differential, we are top 4. Field goal percentage, we are top 3. 3-point percentage, we are, I believe, 1st. Yes, we are, by a pretty wide margin. Free throw percentage, we are still figuring things out there for free throws. For rebounds per game, we are middle of the road. Assists per game, we got to be up there. We're 10th. And for the rest of the stuff, probably not very high. I think we're doing pretty well in terms of turnovers per game. We're one of the best teams that take care of the ball. At least we were, but now we're middle of the road. But the Celtics have Luka Doncic, Lawrence Hall, Cody Martin, and more. And apparently Tatum is not playing. So he must be hurt. I thought we would get to see him play, but once again, a player's hurts as we are about to face them. But apparently he's going to be good to go against the Woodsmen according to social media, so let's see if he is. It seems like he was lying because he's not in the starting lineup. I don't think they're going to play him. Alright, well, no Tatum, just Luka and the rest of the Celtics, who really don't look to be that good. If we can lock down Luka, then this game should be a win for us, but anything can happen in the NBA, so let's find out. Here we are in Boston at TD Garden. As Payne wins the tip, Vancouver starts with the ball on this cross-conference matchup. Shot clock winding down. Payne has to fire. And he just missed the shot. It almost goes in. But not a great possession to start this game off with. All back to Reeves for 3. Open shot, but it hits back iron. Reeves right now starting in place of the injured Tatum, who should be returning the next couple of days off of a twisted ankle. Hollins, his first shot is left short. And that is Cody Martin that comes down with the board. Clark hands off to Luka. He races to the rim around Hollins. I forgot to put somebody else on him, so I'll do that real quick right now. So to start, I'm going to put Franz on Luka, but if he's too slow for me, I can put Keldon Johnson on him instead, and we'll go from there. The play for Anderson down the middle. We find him. There's our first bucket. Luka got the switch to Payne. That shot's good. Wagner, open 3. Missed it. Back iron. All comes down with it. Luka on the other end. 2 more. Already has 6. Hollins with it. Goes to Payne over Clark. He gets 2. All working on Hollins. Takes him down low. Spins. Fires. Just missed it. Hollins for 3. Had some space and knocks it down. That puts Vancouver in front by 1. 3 minutes gone here so far in this first quarter. All off the screen. Got the switch to Wagner. He'll go up, and he's fouled. There's Hall's first point of the day. And he goes 1 for 2 at the charity stripe. We're tied at 7. Johnson up to Anderson for 3. His first shot is good. Give him 3. It has been less than 4 minutes, and I already screwed up. That was not his first shot. That was his second one. As Hall misses this jumper, Anderson comes down with it. Vancouver up by 3. Hollins to Wagner. His tray is offline again. Oh, nice pass to Luka on the move and off the glass. 28.1 points per game so far this year for Luka, having a phenomenal year. I think he's won MVP like, what, 3 or 4 years in a row or somewhere around there. He's won it a lot. Wagner, this time knocks it down. Those are his first points. He has not been very good on the road. 20.8 points per game on the road compared to 26 points per game at home. Hall misses that one. Slow start for him. Hollins lost the handle. It was poked out by Clark and stolen. Up ahead to Reeves. Nice feed. Hollins finds Johnson wide open for 3. That one's off too. Luka gets in the paint against Hollins for some reason. Help comes and we get the stop. Wagner to Hollins. It's poked out by Hall, and Payne has a jump ball forced by Luka. As they both race to the loose ball. Payne should win this one. But Luka does instead. What the hell? On the other end, Clark off a great pass by Reeves. Puts the Celtics back in front. Hollins to Anderson. Now Payne is screen. He shrugs it off. And now he turns the ball over. What was that pass attempt? Just a dumb turnover. Luka misses that time. We get another stop. Let's put ourselves back in front though, right? Gonna be a cutter play for Hollins. Anderson, nice pass. Luka off the screen from Clark. Fires a 3. Way off the mark. Missed the rim entirely. On the other end, Hollins steps back and pulls the trigger. That shot drops. We're up by 3. Hollins already has 7 points. We jump ahead with 8:14 to go in the first half. Gonna watch the rest of this one. Vancouver up 34-22. So, strong start to this game, but got to keep it going because we saw what happened against the Pelicans a couple games back. Screen comes for Lawrence Hall. He is fouled and hits the floater over Payne. What a play. The second-year shooting guard trying to make a name for himself here in the NBA. Trying to show what he can do. Hollins to Payne. Backing down Reeves, now stepping back. The shot is off. Luka ISO against the rookie Joel Carney. He stays in front of him for now, but now a great pass to Hall for 3. That one drops. The lead is cut down to 6 just like that. Keldon Johnson feeds Payne. Now to Anderson for 3. That one's off. Got to start knocking some shots down. Don't want them to get back within like one score. Luka against Carney. We don't have Wagner out there right now, so it's kind of a mismatch for anybody on him. That 3's off, though. We'll take that look. Carney lost it. Ball's poked out. Hollins gets to it. Then he finds him at the rim for 2. Screen for Luka. He'll wait. Carney recovers. Now back out to Jackson Hayes, but he's not a three-point shooter until he is, and he hits the shot. What the hell? Carney over to Hollins. Contested jumper offline. Good stop there by Luka. And we got Luka. Oh, wait. Offensive 3-second violation against Luka. Anderson for 3. Can we get him going? Nope. Wow, what a drive right there. The bucket plus the foul. This is Cole Anthony. No, it's not. It's Jose Alvarado. Jesus Christ. I'm off my game today, folks. It's a 2-point game. Please, Vancouver, score the basketball. Hollins back out to Anderson. Not going to pull the trigger here. But he will now. Off the paint screen. What a shot. All off the Castro screen. Fadeaway 3. Answers right back. We cannot be going toe-to-toe with guys who are like a 75 overall the whole game, right? Right? Anderson cuts. Hollins finds him. We're up by 4. Screen from Guzman. All goes back to him, but we're there. Payne got that deflection. Johnson with the steal. Time counting down. Got to find somebody. It's Hollins. Wide open shot. Top of the key. Yes, sir. Hollins. What a great read on that pass. Fantastic steal. On the other end, he fires and gets points off of it. Having a great first half, just like he had against New Orleans. Let's hope this can be the case for the entire game. All gets down low. Fires over Keldon Johnson. Missed the shot, and Hollins gets the board. Carney to Anderson for 3. Open look. Got it again. We're catching fire. Back up by 12. That's what I'm talking about. Anderson 16 points. Hollins got 15. We're looking good. 2.5 to go until halftime. Zubac swats that layup attempt by Guzman. Fantastic block. On the other end, Anderson, mid-range jumper, offline. Clark gets the board. We've got Dosunmu, Wagner, Anderson, Wellington, and Zubac out there right now. As Alvarado goes to Clark against Wagner. Shot clock winding down. Brancati for 3. Offline. Anderson is called for a charge. That's his first. Brancati over to Alvarado. Shot clock winding down once again for Boston. Brancati for 3. Offline for the second time in a row. Zubac, the screen. Anderson, the shots. Very high arcing. And not really close to going in. Martin throws it right to Wagner, who read the pass. Slipped right in front of Guzman for that steal. Now he finds Dosunmu for 3. That one is just offline. Cody Martin beats Guzman out to Brancati. Contested 3. Rattles out. On the other end, Dosunmu, second chance. Not this time either. Both teams trading misses. Trying to eclipse 50 prior to halftime. Alvarado to Guzman, now Brancati. Shot clock winding down again. Alvarado's jumper is off. Way to get a hand up in there by Anderson. Last shot of the half. Dosunmu a deep 3. Offline. Vancouver up 49-37. A low-scoring game. But we're in front, so we'll take it. Start of the second half. I want to see more from the starters because we really have not played the best offense that we could be playing, so I want to see some more from them today. Luka with it. Shot clock winding down. Gets to the rim. Swatted by Don Payne out of nowhere. Off the backboard. On the other end, Keldon Johnson attacks the rim and gets 2. Good start. Luka over Wagner. Can't knock it down. I've not seen him make a shot since the first quarter. The first 6 for Boston has not done all that much since then. Anderson a deep 3. That one rattles in. We are now up by 17. Luka over Payne. Goes back to Clark instead. Nice pass. Anderson for 3 again. That one's online. Luka lobbing it over the top of Anderson, trying to find Reeves, but we do stifle it in the end. Hollins gets around Luka. Missed the shot, though. Pretty good defense, honestly. Holland 6 for 9 so far in this game. Has played really well as Hall turns the ball over, stepping out of bounds accidentally. Oh no, Payne called for a charge. Clark drew it. That's his third. Boston takes over, down by 18 points. What was that pass? What just happened? Payne picks up 2 quick fouls. Now he's up to 4. All of a sudden, Clark hits the free throw. 15-point game. Looks like Payne will stay in this game. Holland's trying to beat Luka off the dribble. Can't do it. Stand in front of him. Now he lost the ball, and Luka gets the steal. This guy is not a good defensive player. It's okay, though. It'll happen sometimes. Luka, ISO against Hollins. Where's Franz? Hollins to Anderson. Open 3. That one's off, though. Hall on the other end left that one short. Thankfully, that would have cut the game down to 10. Franz with it. I've not seen much from him today. He finds the cut by Anderson, though, in there for the easy slam. Luka lobbing it again for Reeves, and this time he gets there. Anderson for 3. That one's off 2. Luka gets the board. Up ahead to Hall. Hall to Clark. He goes to Hayes. Now back to Hall. Top of the key. Has to fire. At the elbow. It goes. You're kidding me. 11-point game. Hall's got 14 points. Anderson fakes him out and then finds Payne down low. Clark just lost him. And now Clark gets open on the other end, and Luka finds him. Back and forth buckets here. Trying to stay ahead by more than 10 at the very least. Payne to Franz. He finds Johnson against Caleb Martin. Or is it Cody Martin? Not sure which one it is, but one of those 2 twins. Hollins, time cutting down, has to fire. Missed the shot. Luka. Back out. Cody Martin for 3. Rattles out. Just off. On the other end, Wagner to the rack. Now he hands off to Payne. He gets 2. Fantastic stuff. Luka to Clark. Gets by Payne. Got 2. Clark has honestly played pretty well. Payne, top of the key 3. Don't love that shot whatsoever. You pretty much give the ball right back to him after they scored a bucket. Luka for 3. Offline. Has really not been the greatest jump shooter so far in this game. But he's gone to the rack a couple of times for some easy 2s. Hollins to Wagner. He's a bit tired out there. He will be checking out here shortly, I think. Screen from Payne. Wagner goes back to him. His jumper is good, and he was fouled by Clark as well. Woodsman called timeout as well prior to our free throw attempt. Payne's free throw is offline. So 13-point lead right now for Vancouver. Still standing in front by double digits, which is nice. Guzman. Low block against Payne. Backs it out. Now Rancati just passing around between 3 players. What's going on here? What is happening? Rancati missed it. Hayes got the board somehow. Alvarado for 3. Offline, and a foul is called against Hayes. Loose ball foul. What a sequence that was. Dubats finds Carney, top of the key. The rookie can't knock it down this time. I'll watch another minute or so of the backup spin before we jump into the 4th quarter. Rancati, nice pass to Castro. Bucket plus the foul. We have seen so many and ones these last couple of episodes. It's been a lot. Castro's free throw is up and good. That cuts the lead down to 10. 65-55. Two bots. Back to Carney. Top of the key. Trying this again. Offline 2. Shot clock winding down for Boston. Alvarado has to fire. That one's off the mark. Our defense has really been playing pretty well. Offense could be better. It's not awful. As we find Johnson down low, the assist goes to Sumu. We're back up by 12. And I think now's a good time for us to jump ahead. All right, jumping ahead with 6:05 to go in regulation. Vancouver up by 16 points, 89-73. They're just trying to hold on for the rest of the quarter, rest of the game, and just secure this win. Clark against Wagner at the elbow. He finds Reeves top of the key for an open shot, but that one has too much on it. Payne to Anderson. Wide open. Got it. Clark goes to Luka. He's tired out there. Hayes the screen. Luka back to him. Nice pass. Easy layup. The play for Anderson right down the pipe. Luka attacks the basket and gets 2 more over Wagner. Tough shot. He's got 14 points tonight. Payne with the ball against Clark. Fires over him and is fouled again on a shot attempt. The second time he's been fouled on a jump shot. First free throw goes. And he goes 2 for 2. Nice job. Screen for Luka. He goes back to Reeves, who can't hang on to the pass for a second, but he does reel it back in. Is he wearing Chucks out there? Chuck Taylors? That shot drops. It's a 3 for Luka. But is that Bryce Reeves guy wearing Chuck Taylors out there? What's going on? Wagner backing down Reeves. Missed the shot though. Ball finds Luka. He's wide open. That shot's good too. Wagner trying to find Anderson. Payne gets the ball, and he's fouled again on a jump shot attempt by Brandon Clark. Another and one for him. The free throw is off, though, unfortunately, but we're back up by 16. Luka gets to the rim, scores 2 more against Hollins. He's got 21 points now. Anderson's got 29. Both guys have shot fairly well. Hollins back out to Keldon Johnson for 3 off the mark. Wide open look 2. Luka steps back for 3. That one drops. 11-point game now. Still about 2 minutes to go. It's not over yet. Anderson has some space. Fades away. That shot drops. That might be the dagger. That might be just enough to get it done. Luka double teamed, finding Reeves on the baseline. We cover that one well. Now back to Luka. He will fire over Payne. That one's off. Clark's there with the board and the dunk. We call timeout up by 11. Anderson takes the screen from Payne. Trying to go back to him. Almost turned the ball over, but Payne gets to it. Is fouled again by Clark. Has he drawn all 4 fouls on Clark this quarter? This is absolutely insane. Another and one chance. The free throw was good. Don Payne pretty much obliterating Clark right now in this 4th quarter. Minute 5 to go, and Keldon Johnson makes a jump ball happen against Martin. Good work there. Can he win this jump ball? Answer is no. Goes the Boston way. Luka, step back 3 over Hollins, missed it. Clark the board, and he got 2 more. Wagner finds Keldon Johnson. He's blocked by Martin though. Could have just shot the ball right when he caught it, but Just waited for a second for some reason as Luka hits that runner. 10-point game. This game is wraps. Not the most impressive win, I'd say, by the scoreline. But the defense played well, at the very least. Vancouver takes this one in TD Garden, 105-93. A solid win against Luka Doncic, although the Celtics are once again one of those teams missing a star player with Tatum being out, but he should return in the coming couple of games for him. But it's a good win for Vancouver, holding Boston below 100 points on the day. And this should help us make our push for the 1 seed later on this year. Luka drops 26, 5, and 11 on the day in this loss. Clark had 15 points, 7 for 8 from the field. The Woodsmen, though, had 33 from Anderson, had a really good shooting day. Hollins played extremely well, 18 points, 10 assists. Payne, a very strong double-double. Carney had 13 points, although we didn't really see any of these. And we saw a couple of threes that were offline for him. For Franz, not the best day for him. Want to see him play better. Keldon Johnson, not a lot to be said about him, but he had a couple of nice plays, a couple of lackluster ones. Isumu was not very good, but I mean, these top 3 guys got it done. They led the way. That's really all we needed from these guys in this game. The Celtics shot really horribly from downtown, 22%. That does move us to 32-21 on the year. Now only 2 games back from the 1 seed Thunder, and we are at pretty much the same spot as the Spurs, although they played 2 more games than we have, and we are half a game back from the Pelicans now. So these next couple of weeks are very important in kind of establishing who is maybe the front runner to be the 1 seed in this conference, but still about half of the year left, or a little bit less than half of the year left. And I think we're going to round this episode out by looking at the All-Star Draft. So let's go ahead and check this one out. We'll just pick for both. Start drafts, auto drafts. There you go. You got Team Ja and Team Giannis. For Team Ja, you've got Ja Morant, Jokic, Kat, Booker, and Evan Mobley. In those reserves, you've got Darius Garland, SGA, Bam Adebayo. Franz Wagner makes the All-Star game. Jarrett Allen, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Shadon Sharp. Team Giannis has Giannis, Luka, LaMelo, Zion, and Tatum. The reserves with Trae Young, Jalen Green, Scotty Barnes, Donovan Mitchell, Jabari Smith Jr., DeAndre Ayton, and Calvin Gordon. How does Anderson miss the All-Star game year after year? What the hell? That's so unfair. For All-Star voting, Franz got 6th place voting for the front court in the Western Conference, and Anderson once again just misses out. A couple of spots behind Wagner. I think Wagner was probably the last backcourt player, or the last front court player rather, to make it to the Western Conference, because I don't think Aiden made it this year. But Anderson once again was top 10 in voting, but just not good enough, I guess, to make it, but I don't know if I believe that. For award races, though, LaMelo is currently in 1st place for MVP voting. Jokic is 2nd with a triple-double. He probably should be in 1st. Ja Morant is in 2nd, or 3rd rather. Darius Garland in 4th, and Giannis in 5th. Rookie of the Year voting, Malcolm McKinney is currently in 1st place. I don't see Carney on here, but he's really only a scorer, so it kind of makes sense. 6th Man of the Year, Jalen Suggs, 1st place in there. Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis in 1st, but look who is also here. Don Payne is in 3rd place, averaging 11.1 points per game, 12.5 boards, 1.4 steals, 1.9 blocks. Give this man some kind of an award, please. Most Improved Player, Dan Westbrook leads the voting in that category. And those are your updates for all the award stuff. But yeah, so I think we are approaching the trade deadline relatively shortly. In fact, this is the contract deadline right here. So I think we're actually just a couple of days away from the trade deadline. Have there been any major transactions this year? Let's find out. Trades, there actually have been several. So TJ Warren swapped for Donnell Lucas. Quinn Baldwin traded for Jalen Smith. Miles Bridges swapped for Jalen Brunson. Tobias Harris traded for Marcus Smart. Poku swapped for Baisley. Nazir Little traded for Josh Christopher. This was the trade that sent Hayes and Alvarado to the Celtics. Artie Tyler was traded. Donnell Lucas was traded again. Benedict Mathurin was traded by the Lakers for John Collins. So actually a lot of trades this year. This is what it's more like. Claxton traded. Bradley Beal traded for Hachimura and Blake Wesley. Wait, the Pelicans gave away Blake Wesley. Wait. They just made a huge move to acquire a very old Bradley Beal. Interesting move. Fred VanVleet was traded. MPJ was traded. Rock Pavic was traded for Sasa Zagorac. And those are all the trades this year. So actually a pretty good amount. To close out the episode, I just want to talk about my thoughts on the team right now. So we're still somehow second place in the power rankings and fourth in the conference. But I do want to say that the simming has really not gone too well these last couple of episodes. Which is why I think next episode is a pretty big one in terms of sort of determining where to go the last month of the year. Because we're going to be using, or just going back to neutral offensive focus instead of playing through a star player. Which might open the door for more opportunities for more players to contribute. Which is probably a good thing. So I think seeing how we play with neutral offensive focus for simming these next 2 episodes is probably going to be a really big indicator in terms of where we go looking towards the postseason. So that's my thoughts on that. I don't want to change anything else until we see how that shakes out. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and we'll pick this up next time. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment down below, and until next episode, take care and go Woodsmen.